Boys and girls, so we're going to be learning about time today. Okay, so first thing that I want you to know is that the small hand is the hour hand because the word hour is shorter, and minute is the long word, so that's the longer hand. Yeah, so in a clock, shorthand hour, longhand minute. So I put these really cute videos to help us practice. So let's get some practice. Okay, so you see how the minute hand is on the 12? That means it's o'clock. So that's the 00. Okay. Okay, so that means it's o'clock. So you see how the minute hand is on the 12? That's o'clock. And then the hour hand is directly pointing at the number. You're only going to see that during the o'clocks. The o'clocks are the 00s, yeah? That means 3 o'clock just started. So in an hour, you have 60 minutes. It goes all the way around 60 minutes when you count by fives. So just like this. See, it starts at the 12 and then you start counting by fives. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. So there are 60 minutes in 1 hour. So when you reach the o'clock, remember the long hand for the minutes, the short hand for the 3. The o'clock, that means 3 just started. 3 o'clock just started. So you still need the 60 minutes before it reaches 4 o'clock. Yeah? So that's what you're going to be practicing in your next pages right here. Okay, you got to label the different times. So what does 4 o'clock look like? What does 7 o'clock look like? 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock. And you're going to do the same for this clock on this side. Now, for page 226 is going to be a little bit different. For that one, you need to watch this one first. It's going to change it up for you a little bit. It's going to introduce not the o'clock anymore, but it's going to go into the 15 minutes and change it around a little bit for you. Okay, so right now it's 5 o'clock, right? So let's see what happens when that minute hand, the long hand, is not at the 12 anymore. So now the long hand's at the 3. So 5, 10, 15, right? So it's always going to be 15. 3, 15, 4, 15. See, and it changes. 5, 15. Yeah, the hour hand. 6, 15, 5, 10, 15. Yeah, you counting by fives. So please watch this to practice. And then on your next page, which is the 226, you're going to have the opportunity to write it down. So now your hour hand is there. They want you to do the minute hand. So see how the hour hand is pointing at the 2? They want you to do o'clock. So clock, what number is the minute hand supposed to point at? The 11 or the 12 for o'clock? Awesome, the 12. So you're going to make sure that you're going to put the long hand, right? The minute hand, the long hand at the o'clock, the 12, and then the short hand at the 2 for the hour, 2 o'clock. Yeah, and you're going to do the same for the other 2. Now, boys and girls, it's super important that as you're learning about time, you connect it to your life. Okay, so if you don't have your own watch, that's fine. But look for a clock at home. And when you see it, try and figure out what time is it. Start by fives, counting it by fives. Don't get into the middle in between here yet. Focus on just the fives, the o'clock. Okay, so it would be the o'clock, then the 30, looking at the 30, looking at the 15, the 45. Yeah, so the 15th. So the o'clock, 15, 30, 45. Looking at those, and once you learn those well, then get into the 17, the 21. It'll be a lot easier, okay? So first, learn the o'clock. So when the minute hand touches the 12, it's the o'clock, the double zeros. When it touches the 3, it's the 15 minutes. When it touches the 6, it's the 30 minutes. And when it touches the 9, it's the 45 minutes. Okay? So learn this pattern first. And then it'll be a lot easier to learn the other way to tell times, like in between the numbers, like 17 and 32, different numbers in between. Okay? Have fun with it though. It's super cool. Once you learn how to tell time, it's a whole nother world. Have fun.